are you guys doing today? All right, thank you so much for coming out and be here for this event that Soraya and her team has put together. And thank you to her and her team for inviting me here and being among those on this flyer. I think it's a great honor for me to be here. As the presenters has said, thank you so much, I appreciate that. My name is Mrs. Wimberly. I go by Mrs. Wimberly because it's easier in the United States for people to remember. But I was born and raised in Haiti. My first name is Warrens, but because I've been living here for quite some time, my professional life has started here. So what I'm going to address for you today, it's going to be in English. And I apologize if there's people here that speak Creole and that do not understand what I am referring to. I don't know how many of you here speak Creole, like only Creole, and do not, well, combien de nous là qui parlent Creole et qui pas parler anglais du tout? Well, you all speak Creole. Nous tous là parlent Creole, mais combien de nous qui pas comprennent anglais du tout? Okay, so I will try my best to throw in some Creole in there while I am speaking, and but the thoughts are formed in English, so we'll go. Oh, you can provide a translator? Okay, cool. Yeah, it will be too long, so I'll try my best.
Keep talking.
They will try. I'll try my best to put some Creole in there, and they will try their best to understand what I'm saying. So anyways, as I said, it's an honor for me to be here. And when I received the invitation and I saw the name of the event, Together We Can Make Equality a Reality, I was super excited because of that. And the reason that I was excited is because I realized, just like the gentleman before me has mentioned, I realized that you guys have noticed, or have, my community have become aware that it will take all of us to make equality a reality. L'aime de recevoir papier invitation, j'étais content parce que l'aime titre événement qui dit comme ça que ensemble c'est pour nous avons besoin de faire equality en réalité. J'étais excité parce que j'ai trouvé que le temps pour nous être dans la communauté que il apprend nous tout ensemble pour nous créer un bagage. Il apprend nous tout ensemble. L'autre raison qui fait m'être excité, the other reason why I was so excited about the title of the event is that I see that you guys mentioned you want equality to be a reality. So I started asking myself, is that what we really want? Is equality really what we want to become a reality? I'm going to tell you why I asked this question, because of course, being we are one of the most marginalized, minority in the country. The Haitian, as the gentleman mentioned, we don't really stand out for anything positive. I mean, within our community, we know certain people, we know certain personalities that are doing great things, but on the outside, to the rest of the nation, who do we have? Who can we put on if we have a screen, who could we put on the screen here and say such and such is Haitian and he or she is doing great? Not many of us, right? Qui est dans la communauté que nous connaissons, qui est haïtien dans la communauté que nous connaissons, qui a fait des bagages extraordinaires, que nous avons mis sur un écran pour nous montrer l'autre nation, pour nous dire, mais nous avons tel et tel qui font des bagages qui bon. Comment? Nous gagnons, oui, dans la communauté, dans la communauté, nous gagnons, mais sur la scène mondiale, est-ce que nous gagnons des gens qui peuvent représenter nous sur la scène mondiale? And for that, just like the gentleman said, nobody come to support, well, most people didn't come to support you, right? Okay, so together we can make equality a reality. So, Let me give you guys a story. I am a mother of 2. I have 2 beautiful sons, the boy's mom. And one is a freshman in high school. He just entered high school this year. The other one is a freshman in grade school, meaning he just started kindergarten. So on Saturday morning, my husband always made it a point not to work on Saturday morning because, we gotta have togetherness and as a family and everything. So on Saturday morning, we all wake up in the house. There's a lot of screaming and running around and stuff, and that's how it is on Saturday morning. But I can tell you, before the morning is over, you will hear the little one, "Stop it! Don't touch me! I don't want you to do that! Don't say that! I'm gonna tell!" And I wake up. And then the big one, who by the way, he's 14, he's in high school, 6 foot something, with an apple, Adam apples and everything.
Oh, I didn't do that to you. I didn't do anything to you. What did I do to you? You are the one who came to my room.
It's a fight. So I will wake up in the morning and I will tell them, okay, so for me to quiet down the house, it's 2 things. Either I'm going to give them a chore to do, or I'm going to give them an academic assignment. Là, ils ont commencé à bataille pour ça, là, ils ont levé, ils ont commencé l'histoire. Je vais dar une histoire. C'est maman de 2 petits garçons, ok? Une qui a 14 ans, il est en high school pour nous, il fait entrer dans high school l'année ça. L'autre là, il fait entrer dans grade school, il est dans kindergarten. So, les samedis, Marie, il a, il va jamais travailler les samedis parce qu'ils ont tous besoin de la là. So, il a levé, vous levez ensemble. Et puis, 2 petits messieurs, quand même, en vendredi, ils vont commencer la bataille. Ça dit pas toucher, battement, ça fait la chambre, ça fait la chambre, etc. So, pour me faire suspendre la bataille, je peux dire c'est 2 bagailles. C'est soit je vais faire un travail pour faire, parce que je connais la bataille là, c'est ennuyé, ça ne va pas pour faire. Je vais faire un travail pour faire, ou bien, je vais mettre au chita, je vais faire tous les 2 à faire un devoir. So, imagine si je prends tous les 2, une qui a 14 ans, une en high school, l'autre là dans kindergarten. So, si je prends tous les 2, je vais faire papier, je vais crayon, plume, mettre au chita sur la table, je dis dégagez pour faire, pour le BAM, comment on dit ça encore, pour faire une rédaction, ou bien une dissertation, pour dire comment vous pouvez faire un week-end vie productif. Right? Vous tous les 2. Vous êtes high school, vous êtes kindergarten. Mettez tous les 2 à Chita, vous devez faire une dissertation. So, like I was saying in English, my kids, when they are fighting, I told them I'm going to either give them a chore or homework. So imagine I give them pen, piece of paper, give them a desk, let them sit down and tell them to give me a dissertation on how they can make their weekend more productive. So what do you think is going to happen? When I come back and I get the paper from them, what do you think is going to happen? The one who is 14, is in high school, is probably going to be able to write something that makes sense. To write the dissertation, because by now he is fully trained on how to formulate his thoughts and how to put them on paper so he can make sense to other people, right? But what do you think is going to happen with my kindergartner? There you go. He's going to Scrabble and draw pictures, because at this point, the only 2 words that he can put together is his first and last name, because we taught him that. So, I'm asking you the question, when I gave them the assignment, when I gave them the homework to do, was I fair? No? Right? It's not fair. It's not fair. Why? Because one is in high school, the other one is in kindergarten. That's what you're going to tell me, right? But let me ask you this. If you think I wasn't fair. Did I not give both of them a pen and a paper? Yes. Did I not give both of them the same amount of time to complete the task? Did I not give both of them a quiet house, a desk, a chair for them to sit down? Did I not?
Mes amis, regardez, si nous là nous avons guest, il faut nous démontrer respect. Ok? Que c'est petit monde, que c'est grand monde, nous allons plus voir qu'à ce dehors que devant. Alors nous démontrons aussi respect pour dame qui là, il paye tout là. Des points nous mais normalement nous petit monde tout. Un monde qui va petit monde, ou qu'à sortir parler dehors. but you pas capable de on seulement nous pas attention, OK? Thank you.
Thank you, I appreciate that. So, yes, thank you so much. As I was saying, did I not give them, the two of them, the same set of direction on what to do, how to do it, and everything? So why do you say I wasn't fair? That's the key word. They are not at the same level. But then again, we're asking for equality. So what I did was equality, right? So I'm asking you again, when we say we want equality, do we really want equality? Or do we want equal results? Equity. Or do we want equal outcomes? I think that's what we want. We want equal outcomes. But what's going to make that happen, the vehicle that we're going to use to make that happen?
Equity.
Equity. So what's the difference? What's that word, equity? I mean, in the Haitian community, when I just came, I heard a lot of equity talking about, but it was about real estate. This is not the equity I'm talking about at all. This is not the equity I'm talking about at all. The equity I'm talking about, it means to give everybody what they want or what they need to succeed, not give everybody the same. As you can see in the example that I gave you, I gave my children the same, but it wasn't fair because equality is not always fair. Because what is fair is to give each person what they need to succeed. Because my professional background is in human resources, so today my address is going to be most likely on the professional side. So before I continue, I wanted to know how many of you here are leaders, like dans le travail ou gen moun pour surveiller ou superviser? Okay. So all the rest of you are individual contributors, like the rest là nous travaille pour tête nous et puis nous avons un boss que nous répond à lui-même, right? Nous pas gen moun nous superviser. Okay. So I'm going to tailor my moment here to both of you guys, the leaders and the individual contributors. I promise I won't be long. So today, equity in the workplace, it's something that is terribly lacking. Dans le travail aujourd'hui, dans le côté nous travaillons, il y a un pile fois que equity nous pas joindre ça dans le travail. Parce que ça moun yo focus employeur yo, ça yo focus pour pratiquer, c'est equality. Ça fait yo focus pour pratiquer equality plus que equity parce que yo pas intéressé à assurer que ou faire succès ou même qui c'est employé que ou gagne succès. Ça exactement. So ça qui intéresse yo, c'est que ou fait ce qu'on pour faire, qu'il pleut, qu'il tonne, on dit comme dire là, et puis ou mettez l'argent dans poche. Mais yo pas intéressé à ou même comme personne pour grandir. So today, what are we observing in the workplaces are that the employers, they are more interested in equality than they are in equity. It's very rare for you to find one that is actually interested in equity because it's a lot of work for you to be an equitable employer. Why? Because you have to take the time to find out what each of your employee needs or what each of your department needs for them to succeed, and that takes time. The economic, mentality of the United States is that we don't have time for this. Time is money, it's mass production, you do your thing, you give me what I'm asking you for, and then you go home, we done, it's okay. But what about the employee? What about the personal development of the employee? That means that's why you have in the case of the previous gentleman that was talking about this person that was working for 40 years in a position, nobody cares that he's in the same company for 40 years, and what does he have to show for it? Not much. Not much. So what are we talking about, equity? How does that look like? Parce que nous voulons nous comprendre quand ça m'a parlé à qui ça semble que tout de manière pratique, parce que c'est ça me fait dans la vie. I didn't introduce myself, but I'll do that later. De manière pratique. À qui ça s'assemble les nous dans travail? Les nous dans travail, les nous dans whatever côté dans travail dans hôtel, dans bureau, dans restaurant, dans office, dans whatever. À qui ça m'a dit là comment nous faire pour nous identifier? N'a identifié m'a pas non, equity me doit passer toute nuit dans la camp côté mi là pour parler de ça. But pour parce que nous avons temps pour nous respecter, m'a pas nous trois façons pour nous identifier. Première façon c'est un manque d'accès que nous avons bien. Nous avons regardé pour nous aller dans notre travail, bien pile soit projet ou bien travail ou bien service, ça dépend de dans quelle industrie nous y est que il y a certains de bagages quand tu sois pour le paraître devant boss là, il y a en anglais exposure, quand on série de projets qui boit opportunité pour le faire paraître son connaît, son café devant monde qui prend décision que nous en anglais de decision makers, the executive leadership team, c'est pas au même bail. Il y a des gens qui pour prendre promotion. Parce que sorte de assignment ça yo metto non yo bon lumière côté que boss ka oh pas connaît Michel ka fait bail ça non mais fait Michel vinn joindre moi pour connaître ça Michel ka fait plus c'est opportunité ça ba ou but les boss ça que nous connaît les fréquemment manager yo les managers y a bail assignment ça yo bail yo à moun que vous préférez ou bien moun que vous aimez ou bien moun qui zami yo ou bien moun qui ceci whatever. Ça, c'est une forme de absence of equity. That's a lack of equity. Because when you don't have access to opportunity to show up in front of the leadership team, to show up in the, they call that high visibility projects, nobody know you exist. You are just a number on paper. You are just a number for payroll to give you a paycheck. Nobody knows you exist in the company. But the people that they see all the time, oh, I had this, oh, I had this project that I did, oh, this is what I did, moun sa yo, c'est au même cap la promotion yo. Le gen promotion pou bay, c'est moun sa ou vin nan tête parce que c'est moun sa yo ouais, ou même côté au konon. Yo pas connait yo. On l'autre façon que equity, les compagnies n'ont pas equity li vin paraître, c'est les a fait unfair decision. Comme dit ça encore, unfair decision. Les prend des décisions qui pas juste sous, yeah? OK? Comment décision ça vous paraît? On manager est là dans l'office. Oh, viens jouer moi là jeudi, non, nous pour parler de un bagage. First of all, je l'aime dans meeting, ou pas nous appeler dans meeting, vous pas comme de qui ça meeting là parce que faut me préparer pour meeting là pour mal voir réponse. You know what I'm saying? Ou pas appeler dans meeting jeudi, ah ouais, tel viens jouer moi dans bureau. What's going on? Et bien, je vais dans le bureau là pour find out qui doit pas la même. Moi, il faut me préparer depuis que je suis dans le bureau pour me deviner avec moi, je suis moi quand je dis petit mon ici, je dis to come with my receipts. Pour me connaître, ok, soit bien là, il va s'allier. But tu regardes dans le bureau, c'est là, oh, un tel tap dit, ou tu es venu à tel jour, etc. I don't remember that. But then again, because I'm sitting in front of you, one, I am nervous because you're my boss. You have the right to fire me if you can. Two, I'm unprepared. I cannot think of what day are you referring to. Was I late? I don't remember that. When? What? Le temps m'a réfléchi pour me dire si m'était late ou bien si c'était vrai, si c'est pas vrai. You move on to something else. On était te dit moulé, et si c'était troisième fois t'es late dans semaine non, donc on y a obligé bon ride up, etc. Ou même, vous senti, on même pas comme parler anglais bien, après pas bon ride up, ou qu'on y a si m'a fait avec monsieur là, il va mettre me dehors dans travail là, etc. Mais bon, on si un ride up là non fin avec ça. No. Ou gen droit pour dire oh, ok. Un, merci beaucoup pour te relever dans le meeting ça là. Deux, since meeting n'a pas connaître si m'd'a venir dans meeting et pas préparer pour lui. Conversation ça nous pas finir le jeudi parce que quand on dit mot so pour là, moi me préparer mon so pas. Toi, m'pas si rien parce que soit dit là, faut vérifier, faut confirmer, faut examiner, faut analyser, faut mettre dans baleine pour me garder avant si. Merci beaucoup. Et pour le vous virer, est-ce que le meeting a fini ou non t'es notre bagarre au tapis? And then we virer. You know what I'm saying? You don't sign stuff just because you think you don't speak enough English, or you don't want to make wave, or you don't want to make noise, or you don't want to make a scene, and then you just sign and get it over with. there is no signing and getting over with. If there wasn't over with, they would not ask you to sign it in the first place. If they ask you to sign it, it's because it's not gonna be over. They're gonna need the paper trail. That's why they're asking you to sign it, okay? You don't sign anything if you don't want to. Nobody can force you to. Number 3 is what we call bias. Bias is something that we cannot escape it, but we can train it. Qui ça les bias là? Bias là c'est des séries de, comment on peut expliquer bias en créole? Bias là c'est des séries de parti pris, non seulement parti pris, de séries de preconceived ideas, like, des idées que nous gagnons qui déjà dans la tête nous que nous faisons. Et idées ça viennent dans la tête nous parce que dépendamment de côté nous t'es levé, de ça nous connaît devant nous, etc. Tant qu'on exemple de bias. Il y a des gens qui pensent que tout le monde qui est gros, ça nous est overweight ici, yo paresseux. Yo automatiquement mis dans tête que yo paresseux. Les gens qui mettent dans tête yo haïtien, remet pas l'effort, remet fait point. I was working. Okay, I almost got myself. I was working at the Orlando airport, which I did work at the Fort Lauderdale airport too, but anyway. I was working for a company at the Orlando airport, and it's mostly entry-level position. I'm not saying the name of the company, but it was mostly entry-level position. I have a massive population, like 1,600 employees. Out of those 1,600 employees, probably 1,200 là-dedans étaient haïtiens. So ça veut dire que they go massive Haitian workforce, right? I was the director of human resources there. The thing that I've heard people say about my people, the Haitian people, I'm like, you do know I am also Haitian, right? And they are saying it to me about my people. I'm like, because I'm the DHR, doesn't mean that I'm not Haitian. Doesn't mean that I'm not gonna get offended. I am getting offended for them that you're saying that about. And if you say that about them, you're saying that about me. You're saying that about my children. You know what I'm saying? Because there are certain Haitian people, when they reach a certain level, they think they are exempt. Like you're talking about them, not me. Now, they're talking about you. They're talking about you. You know what I'm saying? So bias is like oh, them Haitian. What about them? I am one of them. Please tell me more. Amen. You know what I'm saying? So, gain them same de moun ki gen de bagay nan tête yo pa pran temps pour yo konnen yo juste mette parce que c'est haïtien, den nou ka fait ça. Parce que c'est cubain, den nou ka fait ça. Ou parce que c'est black American, mon autre bagay. Black American, den nou ka fait ça. That's bias. But anyways, I talked to you guys about that, but there's a lot of ways for you to stop, this whole, situation. For lack of time, I'm going to close here. But as I say, I didn't introduce myself at the beginning. I am Mrs. Wimberly. I am a life strategist, and per trade, I do a lot with women resources. So career advice, career guidance, moving you from the entry-level position to the boardroom, that's my specialty, but also because of my rich life experience as a mom, as a wife, as a daughter of God, as a sister, mother, that have a woman that have loved and lost, I quite have something to share with you. So in a nutshell, I am the bridge that helps you to get from where you are to where you need to be.